Hi guys, it's Lena, and today I wanted to do a beautiful blue kind of metallic look using the ColourPop eyeshadows that I recently got. So I hope you guys like this, and let's get started. And I'm going to start with no makeup, so please don't run away. Let's start with the bare face. As usual, I'm using Chanel Le Blanc primer all over my face, and my nails just kind of messed up and I need to get them done, but please ignore that. And I'm going to apply that evenly all over my face. Next, I'm moving on to my foundation. This is NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in Punjab. I like this color because it's yellow and I'm yellow and it matches my skin tone. So I'm dotting that on and using Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to buff that in. And I'm using a stippling motion because I have a dry skin. I don't want to micro exfoliate my skin. Next, I'm moving on to highlighting and concealing, and today I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 20 Sand Sable, and I heard that this is an exact dupe to NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, so I'm going to test it out. And so far I really like it. I like the way it blended, and the price is much cheaper. So yeah, if I need to buy a concealer again, I'll probably get this one. And the Sand Sable is a little close to my skin tone, but it still highlights and conceals, so I like it. And I'm blending it out with the Beauty Blender, and it's a damp Beauty Blender, so make sure you always damp it. Run it under water and squeeze the excess out, and that's all you need to do, and you get the flawless foundation or concealer finish. I felt like my dark circles were peeking through, so I added some more concealer and blend it out. And I'm going to set my foundation. My concealer, and I'm going to be using MAC's Emphasis and Banana Powder from Anastasia. I need to set my concealer because if I don't, it will be a creasy mess under my eyes. I'm going to apply Ambient Lighting Powder from Hourglass in Diffuse Light. This powder is my holy grail powder now. I apply this powder under my eye area because it brightens and illuminates and it minimizes the pores and it doesn't crease on me, and I can easily wipe off or brush off my fallouts under my cheeks when I apply eyeshadows. Next, I'm moving on to my brows. I'm going to magically finish doing my brows because I'm going to make an updated brow video. And I'm sure you guys have already seen me doing my brows, but anyways, let's prime my eyes. I'm also going to carve my brows using MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and I'm using a synthetic brush from Crown Brush, and I think it's $4.59, and I'm going to apply this everywhere. I'm not going to carve my brows with this brush. I'm going to use e.l.f.'s concealer brush to carve my brows. This is more precise than using the fluffy blending brush. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm going back with the same Crown Brush's brush to smooth out the edges. And don't forget to apply the primer under your eyes, the lash line too, because you're going to apply the eyeshadows there too. And I'm going to take Tartelette, love this palette, and I'm taking the bone color called Free Spirit with the blending or fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to set my primer. This way the shadows go on smooth. It doesn't get patchy, or the blending is much more easier when you apply and set a powder on top of your primer. Next, I'm going to use Force of Nature with a round 441 Pro Blending Brush from Crown Brush, and I'm going to apply this on my outer corners of my eyes. And that's what I'm going for today. Next, I'm going to apply Free Spirit again to just blend everything out and make it softer. So now we're going into a little darker color called Wonder, and it's a taupey brown color, and I'm building up the color and making it look more darker, and we're just creating a base. So when I apply darker color, it blends well and goes well together. I'm going for a cool tone color today. It's going to be more blue and silverish combinations. Next, well, I'm taking the same color, Force of Nature and Free Spirit, to just blend everything out and make sure that there is no harsh edges. Now I'm switching the brush to the Coastal Scents 250, and I'm taking Power Player. This is a darker, even darker grayish cool tone brown, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corners, making a C shape. And I'm just darkening up the look even more. And make sure you only take this color on the tip of your brush and gently massage your eyes. It's just like that. You make a circular or windshield wiper motion and just apply it at the very tip, using the very tip, and then go back with the first blending brush and blend everything out. Next, I'm taking my Lorac Pro 2 palette. This is amazing. I love this palette, and I'm taking the color Charcoal. Let me check. Yes, Charcoal. This is a pure gray charcoal color, and I'm taking the same 250 Coastal Scents brush to the outer C portion of my eyes and just deepening up the look. You know the drill, how that works. And just make sure you don't take this color too much on your brush. Always tap your brush before you apply it on your eyes. And I'm taking the color right next to it. It's called Black, but it's not a pure black, like the black is black color. It's more of a charcoal black. It has a gray tone to it. So I'm using that color with the Max 217 blending brush. This is more tapered and smaller, so that's why I use that to the outer corners, and I don't want it to be messy. I want it to have a precise application. And I'm going to switch back to Coastal Scents 250 brush and just blending everything out. Because you're using dark matte shades, this look can easily turn out to look very muddy, so make sure you take your time to blend it very well. Next, I'm going to use ColourPop's Kimono Super Shock Shadow, and I'm super excited to use this. And I'm taking a synthetic brush. It has a moussey, creamy texture, so you want to use your finger or a synthetic brush to apply this color. And it's pigmented, but I did layer two or three layers of color to get the most pigmentation and color payoff. This color is so beautiful. It's kind of blue and purple undertone color with multi-dimensional glitters. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I apply this on my lids. I'm going to use a synthetic brush to blend the ColourPop shadow, and I'm going to just add a little bit of a darker shade on my outer corners to balance everything out. Next, I'm taking the color called Liberty. This is ultra metallic, so it looks like pure liquid silver when you apply it on your lid. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to use the same brush and patting this on the center of my lids, and I wiped the excess off from the brush, and I'm going to blend it into the blue so it looks like it's faded in. Next, I'm going to move on to my lash line, and I'm using Wonder with a bullet brush from Crown Brush to my lash line. I'm not going to take it all the way to the inner corners though, and I'm focusing on the outer corners more. Next, I'm going to take Lorac Pro's color in charcoal, like we used on the upper lash, not the lash line, but the lids, and I'm going to focus that on the outer 2/3 of my lower lash line, and I'm taking the black color right next to it to darken it right at the outer corners of my lash line. I'm not going to take it all the way in, probably stopping it on the 2/3, and I'm going to use a blending brush to blend it out so we have no harsh lines. Then I'm going to take a different brush, a fluffy tapered brush, and taking Buff and Snow from the same palette from Lorac, and I'm going to add that to the inner corners of my eyes, just tear duct area. Moving on to eyeliner, I'm using that Japanese version of Kat Von D's tattoo liner. That's my holy grail. And I'm making a very subtle, thin eyeliner. Because our eyes are kind of flashy today, I want to keep the eyeliners very minimal. So that's what I'm going for. And I always use my concealer to kind of clean the eyeliners when I make any mistakes. I just use a regular concealer and e.l.f.'s concealer brush to do this. Moving on to falsies, yes, love this part, and I'm using Lena Lashes Bianca lashes. I wish I can permanently attach these lashes on my eyes. I'm obsessed. Next, I'm going to sculpt my face using Kat Von D's Shade Light palette. This is new, so I am super excited to use this, and I'm taking the subconscious color. Even the lightest color looks really dark on me, but I'm going to go for a very full glam contoured face look, and I'm putting this on the hollows of my cheeks using the e.l.f.'s blush brush. I'm not 100% sure if it's a blush brush, so I will put everything down below in the description box for the products that I used in this video. So don't worry guys. And I'm working this in and blending it out, and I'm applying that to my hairline, my jawline, and I'm using the same color to contour my nose too. To get the most use out of this palette, and because I'm still testing this palette out, I'm going to use all the shades, the darker shades in this palette. I'm not going to really use the highlight colors, but the dark colors in this palette. I'm using the same color, Subconscious, and contouring my nose with the blending brush. I'm always looking for a good sculpting powder, so I bought the Kimono sculpting powder in medium, and I'm really excited to use that because this palette, it's still kind of warm. Even the most ashy taupey color in this palette looks very warm on camera, but I really like this palette so far because it doesn't really look muddy on me, and it blends very well, and it offers 3 different shades. But anyways, I'm using the color Shadow Play, the middle color, and it's a very pretty bronze shade, so I'm bronzing my face with it and using a stippling brush to blend it out. Because I'm going for the full glam look, I'm going to use the darkest shade in this palette called Sombre with a fan brush, and I'm going to apply this on the hollows of my cheeks. The fan brush was the perfect brush to use for this application because I wanted a very crisp, sharp line. And for blush, I'm going to use Becca's Wild Honey blush, and I love this blush because it gives you the most wonderful bronzy glow look, like JLo. Then I'm going to use the stippling brush from MAC. This is the 178 stippling brush. I'm going to blend everything out. Now moving on to the highlight. Yes, I'm using MAC's Perfect Topping highlighter, and I'm using e.l.f.'s fan brush to just sweep the product on the face, lightly sweeping, and I'm going to apply it on the high points of my face. And this highlighter is amazing if you want a very subtle sheen. This is not in your face highlight like the Opal from Becca. And it has a pinky champagne undertone, so it's perfect for anybody with a warm or yellow undertone. Next, I'm moving on to my lips. I'm using e.l.f.'s lip primer. This is also new, so I don't know if this works, but I wanted to test it and yeah, try it. I'm applying this around my lips so that the lipstick won't feather. Next, I'm using OCC's Trick lip liner, and I'm going to line my lips and fill them in with the lip liner. Because my eyes are pretty bold, I'm going to keep my lips nude and muted. I'm using ColourPop's Lippy in Lumiere by Kathleen Lights. And this is a beautiful mauvey color with a hint of purple undertone. I really love the way this looks already, but I wanted to make it more nudie, and I'm using Anastasia's Pure Hollywood Liquid Lipstick on top of the combo that I have. And the liquid lipsticks are all the rage right now. It's very long lasting and you don't really have to touch up, and it's kiss proof, so I really like it. But this particular color settles into my lip lines and it makes my lips look very chapped, so that's something you need to keep in mind. But I do love this color. This is very everyday nude, and I can see myself using this a lot. Because I have very dry skin, I'm going to mist my face using Caudalie Grape Water to hydrate my face, and I'm using Urban Decades All Nighter to set and lock my makeup. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and share and comment and favorite. Thank you so much for watching my video. As always, I will be doing an exciting giveaway very soon. There's gonna be 2 lucky winners, so please look forward and stay tuned for that video. To get the latest update about my giveaway, please follow me on my Instagram, Beauty by Lena. And if you want to ask me a question directly, then the easiest way to reach me would be here, YouTube, or Twitter. You can also ask me questions on Instagram too. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!